before we go into any conversation, anything that is here, I am assuming that it is all fake, and I'm talking about it for shits and giggles. I'm talking about it for entertainment. I'm assuming that any and every bit of information I get from this article is fake. I'm just saying that in case you know the ninja. What the or the damn it. And the dude, like, he starts walking away. That sound like went mad viral on TikTok in like 2020, 2021 sometime. Like where he smacked the table, he started walking away. Just in case one of those individuals try and come for me. Anyway, let's talk about how Nintendo revealed the Switch 2 last week at the time of this recording / writing with a brief, very short video that outlined the look of the console and offered a glimpse at the 9th Mario Kart game. Nintendo has so far said the Switch 2 will come out in 2025, but the timing of hands-on events suggests it won't be before June. So if we assume, okay, hold on, I know what this is. So tinfoil hats on, and I just got my email like an hour ago saying that I ain't get accepted, so I'm gonna have to get in, how I could get in. So if we assume not before June and by the end of September, we're looking at a narrowed 4-month launch window for the Nintendo Switch 2. Namcon, publisher of the likes of Greedfall 2, Test Drive Unlimited, and RoboCop Rogue City, 3 games nobody played and has ever heard of, issued its latest financial results. And in its discussed expectations for the first half of 2025-2026 fiscal year, listed in this category, the period of April 2025 to 2025 September, is the release of the Switch 2. From Namcon, business level. Oh wait, hold up. I may be tweaking. I may have spoke too soon. Maybe this is based on confirmed information. Again, I'm gonna take it as all giggles and shits, but maybe it's not tinfoil hat stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, those couple sentences before sounded tinfoily. But this for sure, now that they're referencing a real company, and the scope of this being talk for shits and giggles, sounds like they have definitive, like, hard evidence of when it's coming happening. So expect this console to drop in the summer. I mean, unless they announce Smash, I ain't buying this bitch. But expect this to come in the summer. Business level in the first half of 2025-26 will be supported by several positive factors, including the contribution of new gaming accessory products that were not launched in 24-25. The back catalog business, which will remain buoyant, a busy release schedule comprising around 10 new games, with the main ones due to be revealed during a Namcon Oh my god. Like, bro, I understand you're trying to keep fans of your shit, like, entertained and whatnot, but not all you niggas need a direct, bro. A lot of this shit y'all could just reveal in a fucking tweet and call it a day. Because like out of the 3 games Namcon revealed, nobody has ever heard of those shits, and none of those games have rabid fan bases to the point to where it makes sense to do a connect event. Like, that just sounds like a waste of resources internally to me. I don't know. That's just me though. The arrival of the Nintendo Switch 2 console, for which Namcon already has compatible games and a full range of accessories. It's the Switch 2 we're most interested in here, and Namcon is the first third-party publisher to come out on the record with not only a release window, but confirmation that it will have video game accessories ready to go. So I'm confused. Do these niggas make games or accessories? Because I recognize that's name as an accessory maker, but they mention fucking Greedfall. Let's check the website. Okay, yeah. Ambulance, Life of Paramedic. So they make games and accessories? What the fuck? I'm so confused. Cause like they don't have to be making games to sell games necessarily, but like, what the fuck did they do? Like, our featured games, like, that don't mean it's their game. I'm so lost. Like, do you niggas sell games, or do you make accessories for the control input methods to those games? Whatever. Anyway, confirmation that it will have video game accessories ready to go for Nintendo's next gen console. So day one accessories. They're gonna be there first, and they're gonna be there providing all the Nintendo Switch cases for all you weird ass niggas that take it outside and are liable to drop the bitch into a lake or down a sewer drain or some stupid shit like that. So perhaps we can expect to see the recently released whatever. Okay, so basically this shit is, they're saying it's gonna release during the summer because a video game accessory company said we got accessories prepared for this next fiscal year coming up, and the showcases that are supposed to happen in like the late to mid spring. What is April? I think that's mid spring, because spring starts spring starts May, because February is still winter, so it either starts February or May. But yeah, this shit the showcases are late to mid spring, so yeah, early to mid summer would make sense, because the only thing they've showed us so far for the Switch 2 is they basically said, hey everybody, gather around, listen, we got a new Switch. That's it. That's all they said. So I mean, I would say this is soft confirmation. This gives us a window, because listen, when it comes to companies like, what the fuck are you talking about? When it comes to companies like Nintendo, you gotta put everybody you're under a certain special type of NDA, because stuff you think that people shouldn't have access to, like fucking business and financial call meetings and stuff like that, there are people who spend their time every day. This is their hobby, like a real life passionate hobby that they're passionate about. They sit there all day and they watch different types of news and business call outcomes and all this stuff from all these different companies to see whenever this type of stuff happens. And if they're not sitting there watching like a hawk waiting for it to happen, then they know somebody who's an industry insider who's telling them that it is happening, or that is gonna happen, or whatever, and they send them the proof, and then here you go, article crops up saying XYZ. Just to let y'all know when the Switch is coming out. It's coming out in the summer. So how many months we got to prepare for the Switch fiscally? I'm not talking to PS4 players, because you niggas that's still on PS4 and this day and age in 2025, there's no reason talking to y'all. So everybody else who's actually gonna get a Switch around launch, this month 0, basically 1. Can we go down, please? 2, 3. So y'all got 4-ish months. 4-ish months to prepare. Get your money ready. Get your $4 ready. That motherfucking Switch is coming. Well, they haven't hard confirmed the price, but just knowing Nintendo, they like to keep their consoles on the cheaper side, so I would assume it's 400. Like 400 max, like $399, 400 max. I'll get that bitch when the price drop or the Smash edition come out. Anyway, I have no idea what the fuck a Steam Break is, so we have a rock paper shotgun article talking about it. Short for Steam Richard, I believe. I don't fucking know. I am not a smart man, begins the disclaimer before Procrastinator Pro documents the process of transferring the innards of Valve's handheld into a custom case played with a separate controller through a pair of AR glasses. This post is not a guide, more of a how I that is some custom shit that somebody made. I thought this was officially done by Valve. Exit. That's the end of that. Sorry, physical gamers, but a digital-only future looks more likely than ever, as US physical sales have apparently halved since 2021. Now, why am I bringing this article up? I'm bringing this article up because I, as a person who is a gaming enthusiast who prefers to buy their games digitally as much as possible, whenever possible. Well, actually, except these two, because can't even play these two games without internet. So really just this one game. But somebody who under all circumstances tries to buy all their games that they play physically as often as they can, this is concerning, because gaming preservation has always been under attack, because it is more profitable for these companies to make it so that all game sales are digital, so they have way more control over what games you can and can't play and when you can and can't play them. Imagine a future where instead of you just buy the game, you have the game, you can play whatever you want. Imagine companies going, you know what, fuck it, you get a pass, you get to pay $15, but you can only play this game for 5, 10, 15 for 3 hours today. Imagine companies start doing that. If all the games are digital, what's to stop them from doing that besides a couple lines of code? And I promise you, one of them developers, one of them software developers they got, they going to put that meat on the shoulder. They're going to start breathing down their shoulder shirt and go, I got an idea. And then some coding is going to be done. $15, 3 hours. Want to pay for 4? Give us another 20. How the fuck we go from $5 an hour to now $20 an hour? Because and they're gonna probably use an excuse, some dumb shit like, oh, we just want to make sure that you don't get addicted to games, so we're pay gating how much time you spend on a game. There, it doesn't matter what they say, they're gonna give you some bullshit ass reason as to why you should pay for the game by the hour instead of just buying the game and playing it. And we've already, well, I haven't showed them on this channel, but there's already been articles and stuff like that where people have been, where big executives and gaming companies have suggested that idea. And you know what happens with those type of motherfuckers? They don't take no for an answer, especially when it's something in relation to robbing you and making your pockets go more often, as much as they can. Stuff like this is concerning, because I can already hear in the ears, and the imaginary future telling ears, I can already hear somebody in the comments, just buy your games digitally. Just buy the disc, you buy the game, you buy it physically anyway. You still got to download the game, blah blah blah. The point is not about just playing the game, you dipshit. You remember how from 2005, 2004, whenever Def Jam Vendetta came out, you remember how when a game came on the disc for your PS2, you went to the store, you bought the game, it was all cool, all fun and games. You want to come home and you want to play that game in 2005 when that game came out, you can. You want to play that in 2025, 20 years after the, no, yeah, 20 years after the game came out, you still can. With digital games, that's not always the case, because you could buy a digital game right now, and for whatever reason, your account, you forget the password to your account gets deleted, games you paid for, done. How do I know this? I always tell this story. This is why I buy a majority of my games physical. I had a friend in middle school, long story short, he was playing with some hackers, not playing with as in he was on their team, but like he was trolling them. They got mad, and I think that's what happened. I don't remember how the fuck it happened exactly, but let's just go with that for the sake of. He was trolling and playing with some hackers, and they got his account banned. They got his account deleted, and he had a bunch of money in games on his account digitally. Guess how many of those games he could access today? None of them. His account got deleted. He couldn't get his account back. None of that. Whenever you have a digital account, if your account for any reason gets banned, you forget your password, GG's, nigga, it's cooked. Your account is done. Your games, all that money you put into your account, fuck you, out the window. And that's something that could be nothing dealing with user error. Crazy, ain't it? Crazy, ain't it? So it's like physical games, like the reason why they're important is because they keep it and make it so that the physical preservation of games are higher. And yes, I know that some games, like for example Astrobot, even though the majority of this game is on a disc and there are updates that add different gameplay features and whatnot, one of the great things about it is on this disc I have what's called the 1.0 version of the game. Now for those of you who aren't into like software and stuff like that, I'm gonna break it down to you like this, real simple. When it comes to a game, every time the game gets updated, it's a new version of the game. So for example, the first version of the game with the first update, with no updates, I mean no changes, no nothing, the first version of the game, that's called the 1.0. When they do another major update, that's called the 2.0 version, so on, so forth. So on every disc, you get, like for, I don't want to say every, but for a good majority of discs, you get at least a 1.0 version of the game without any updates, bug fixes, or anything. That helps with the preservation of the game, because if you have the 1.0 version of the game, you can always like have somebody code it and fix it up, yada yada yada, and make the game better and make the game work. For example, let's say a game like Cyberpunk, where you don't really want to play the 1.0 version of that game. If that game had no access, you had no access to the updates or whatever, and all you had was the 1.0, you could still go back, you could still as a coder go back, make the fixes and update the game so that it's playable again. You have something to work with. But if all of the game is inaccessible, how the fuck are you gonna make the game playable again if you have nothing to work with? Yeah, see the dilemma? Okay, but let's read on. A blue sky post. I love this. See it. But before we read that, let's read this opening paragraph telling us about how it's been pretty clear that the games industry has been headed towards a digital-only world for a while now. Both Sony and Microsoft opted to release disk drive-less versions of their console, meaning the smaller version, like the PS5 digital, the Xbox Series S that can't run Wukong, for example. And the PS5 Pro, a beefier version of the more popular console, doesn't have one either, though you can buy one separately. So it's gotten to the point to where video games are things that are sold on disc, to where they're not even selling you the disc drive with it. And I heard a report recently that I believe it was Sony, one of the last companies to make Blu-ray discs, just gave it the fuck up. They stopped. So Blu-ray disc ain't being produced at a large rate anymore. So basically, if you want to put anything on a Blu-ray disc, you gotta basically go get the formula, the recipe, whatever, and make the shit yourself. Have your own factory make it. Scary times out here, man. Scary times out here. But thanks to some statistics from however you pronounce that, Matt Priscilla, it's a bit clear how close we are to physical games being a complete thing of the past. Well, unless the Switch 2 has anything to say about it, which has physical cartridges, a physical cartridge slot, I mean. The rate of decline in US physical video game software spending accelerated in 2024. Spending on physical video game software in the US has been cut more than half since 2021 and is now more than 85% below its 2008 peak. So yeah, in 2008 it peaked. What the fuck is it? I'm assuming this is millions of dollars, because $12 in spending don't sound right, because games wasn't no fucking $12. One game was like $60 back then, 60 to 50. So AAA. So in 2000 to 2008 it went up, and ever since then it's been going down. Damn. Because around 2008, I'm not gonna lie, and even what surprises me is even during 2020 it didn't jump. But you know, I gotta think about it. I'm thinking from a game enthusiast perspective. It would make more sense that from 2020 to now it had the hardest dip, for the simple fact. Yeah, I gotta wash my hair today. Got to do it yesterday. Anyway, it would make sense that the harder dip occurred from 2021 to 2024, especially if you zoom in, because more people who aren't necessarily game enthusiasts got into gaming. And as reports said, most people that play video games play games that are 6 years or older and probably free to play. Excuse me. And games that are probably either free to play or of yearly franchise entries. So for example, 2K, Call of Duty, Madden, in Roblox, Fortnite, Apex Legends, PUBG Mobile, so on and so forth. So being that a lot of people's introduction to games and gaming was buying a console and not probably buying games unless it's a bundle or a packing type situation, I would imagine a lot of them downloaded stuff or brought stuff digitally. So yeah, and most of the people I talk to now, like I said, I addressed it earlier, I know I'm going to see a dumbass comment about it probably, but most people at this point, they just shame buying games physically, which to me is like, damn, bro. You claim to like gaming, but you're not willing to support the industry, and that's that shit I be talking about. Most people aren't a gaming enthusiast. Most people are what? Social gamers. Anyway, what is dude's name? Cause I can't pronounce that. Matt shared a graph which you can see above. Blah 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 blah. It peaked way back in 2008, but from then to last year, there's been an 85% decrease. 85% decrease. Not only that, since 2021 alone, physical game spending has been cut in more than half, which obviously isn't a good sign for those of you that like to buy your games physically. One. It is worth noting that overall spending since 2019, which includes digital software, subscriptions, microtransactions, has increased, so it's not like the game industry is worse overall, right? Just forget about the layoffs. Okay. I can explain that jump. COVID. A lot of people were stuck in the house playing Fortnite, and after you put 100 hours into Fortnite and you see that skin of your favorite musician, video game character, TV show character, celebrity, etc., you're gonna want to buy their skin. There's eventually gonna be a skin of somebody you want to buy. It's gonna be like, oh my gosh, Ariana Grande. Oh my god, I'm a big Ariana Grande fan. They're gonna buy it. Oh my gosh, I'm a big Juice WRLD fan. They're gonna buy that. So it's like, oh my gosh, I love the Superman skin. It looks cool. I love the Into the Spider-Verse skin. Oh man, it looks so cool. Oh wow, they got a Thanos skin, an Iron Man skin. Wow, that looks so cool. People are going to buy microtransactions in games. Which what? Goes back into that article that came out. 60% of gamers play games that are 6 years or older. And they're probably free to play. Roblox, Fortnite, and then Fortnite at this point is a fucking metaverse. And then on top of that, GTA, Grand Theft Auto, especially with GTA roleplay and mods and stuff like that, that shit is at this point a fucking game engine too. And then Roblox from the jump started off as a game engine. Fortnite has Creative 2.0, which is borderline a game engine, and then on top of that, Fortnite is always adding different official modes and stuff like that. Then like I said, Grand Theft Auto, that's a borderline a game engine on top of the RP role-playing community, which again, what did I say? Most people play games socially. They're not gaming enthusiasts. I want to talk to my friends and we'll do it over a game. And so yeah, that makes sense that general spending in the gaming sphere went up because a lot of people were locked in the house and wanted something to do that didn't require leaving the house. And since gaming is a homebody type hobby, they said fuck it, I'll pick up a controller and play whatever game my friends are playing. And what were their friends playing? Dun, 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 dun. So they've decided I'm gonna play it too. And it was more convenient to just put in a credit card number and hit X to purchase than to go on Amazon, type in the name of the video game, look it up, click what console you want it for, and then click the send button and wait 2 to 3 days to get it to send. Now, even with Amazon Prime or next day shipping, whatever, most people, remember, Most people are very impatient. Most people ain't gonna do all that. Most people don't care about games and gaming that much enough. They're just gonna hit to purchase quicker. It is worth noting that so it's not like the games industry, but as noted by Big Bro, there's a chance we'll see a difference. No, we won't. We won't. In 2025, with the release of the Switch 2, we won't. Again, convenience. You think if you give a nigga the option between getting up and going to the store to go get a video game and pressing X to buy the game, that they're gonna get up and go to the video game store? Niggas don't like to get up to wash their own ass. Niggas don't like to get up from the game to take a shit when they have to take a shit. What makes you think they're gonna get up and go to the store for the game when they can just buy it digitally? It's not 19 nothing, nigga. I'm the type of person who would do that, but remember, the average person isn't the type of person to do that, but the average person is the type of person to benefit from drinking some water. So what I need you, the average person, above average, under average, really doesn't matter, to get up, go get some fluids for your body to ingest, purse your lips, cock the container up, and suck. Them liquids into your throat. Oh, this was big news. I saw a bunch of articles about this. So basically, Phil Spencer, for those of you who don't know, Phil Spencer, he's the head of Xbox. So the guy who's in charge at everything Xbox related, from the console to the Xbox game studios, that's Phil Spencer. He himself confirmed that we're going to see first-party Xbox games on other platforms. It is official. We about to see Halo on PlayStation. We're about to see Gears of War on Nintendo Switch. I don't know what's more clear of a fucking confirmation than this. We already seen that they're okay with putting their games on PC day and date, and now he's saying first-party games coming? I mean, what Xbox games y'all want to see? Because I know what y'all don't want to see, Starfield. But what games like would you legit want to see on other platforms like PlayStation and Nintendo? I'm not going to lie. It's going to be weird. See, I want to see Halo on Switch just for the fact of being able to go, yo, that's crazy. Because we already seen PlayStation games on Nintendo Switch with Lego Horizon, a PlayStation IP made by a PlayStation IP on a Lego game put on a Nintendo console. That already bugged my fucking mind that we have an official PlayStation game on Nintendo. We just need an official Xbox game on Nintendo, and we make those old fucks 10 years ago feel happy as hell. Because I remember watching that Trihex gaming video. GameStop, technically it was a gaming video, but what I meant to say is GameStop video, where he used to talk about how all the time people would come in and say, oh, I want to get Halo on Nintendo, and how that used to be some shit that we, the gaming community, used to sit there and be like, nigga, you'll never see that happen. It would be crazy to see that happen, because it's like, yo, we're really seeing Xbox on Nintendo. That's fucking crazy. It's crazy that I lived to see this. Spencer recently told Destin, our strategy is to allow games to be available. To keep games off platforms, that's not the path for us. Translation: keeping our games off these platforms are now costing us more money than it used to keep it on our platform. We are not in our 360 days. We are not in our Xbox OG days where it was cool to not make money. Now, we need that paper. And you know where the paper is at? On PlayStation, on Nintendo, on PC, on all these other weird random off platforms, on smart TV, on phones. That's where the money's at, so that's where we want to be at. It doesn't work for us. What we're doing now really enables us to build the best platform for the world's best games. And you know what's a vital part of building the best platform? Having money. You know where the money is at? Okay, rewind and listen again if you missed it. Spencer admits it's increasingly common for games to be available in places other than the traditional Xbox console. He wants Xbox to enable gamers and content creators to connect in any... What the fuck we gotta do with this? Connect in any way possible. Well, I guess we would be a part of it because lower budget content creators would have to choose between PlayStation and Xbox, and the more sensible reason is PC or PlayStation and a Nintendo Switch, not an Xbox. Whether they're playing Xbox games on PC, mobile, or console, or like I said, an off-platform like smart TVs. Excuse me. The Xbox brand has been trending this way for quite some time, embracing the simultaneous release of its games on console and PC. And I remember when they started that shit in the Xbox One era, my first thought was like, what the fuck what's the point of buying an Xbox if you're just gonna release your shit on PC? At that point, might as well build a PC. That's why I never brought an Xbox Series, because my pops was a gamer, so I lived in a household where we always had every gaming platform. I grew up with Nintendo, well, except for the Wii U, because nobody brought that shit. But I grew up with Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. Had a PS2, had a 360, had a PS3, still have an Xbox One, have a PS4, and had a Nintendo Switch. So it's like, yo, I grew up having multiple consoles. I have an OG Xbox now. I grew up having multiple consoles. So that's another reason why the console war was always fucking stupid. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, I grew up with the ability to play exclusives from every platform. Now that only one platform has exclusives, which we gonna talk about that in a little bit. We definitely gonna talk about that in a little bit. Now that every platform doesn't have only one platform really has exclusives, which we can loosely call exclusives. Does it make sense to buy the other platform being Xbox? And I thought about it and I was like, the answer's no. I'm not loyal to Xbox, and if there's no reason to have an Xbox, why don't I build a PC, get Xbox games and PC games? It has also allowed gamers to stream games on their mobile devices through Xbox Remote Play. Starfield could be coming to other platforms, not gonna lie. We're alarmed by this. Why?
Get the fuck out of here!
We do not I think on this one I could be a universal spokesperson for all platforms. Nigga, we do not want Starfield. PlayStation niggas don't want Starfield. Nintendo niggas don't want Starfield. PC niggas don't want Starfield. Mobile niggas don't want Starfield. Cloud gamers don't want Starfield. And if we keeping it a buck, Xbox niggas didn't want Starfield. Nigga, nobody wants Starfield. Keep that shit to yourself. You know how like niggas on TikTok see somebody with a talent and they be like, hey yo, you got a hidden talent. Keep that shit hidden. You got a hidden banger. And not hidden banger as in, wow, this is great. Hidden banger as in, it's hidden so that nobody bangers themselves to fuck to sleep. Keep that shit in your pocket, nigga. When Microsoft publishers purchase publishers like when Microsoft purchased major publishers like Bethesda and Activision, many expected it to be the way for Xbox to boost its high-profile console exclusives to compete with Sony. Yeah, when they first purchased Bethesda and all that, one of the first things Phil Spencer said about the purchase is we're not locking their games to our platform. We're not. We just don't give a fuck. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be released on PS5 early this year. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is owned by Xbox, was released on virtually every platform. Oh wait, I was holding the right side up. Okay. Was released on virtually every platform imaginable. And I seen a report come out that I might have went over it on stream that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 physically sold well. Like most people who played the game on PlayStation brought the game physically. So it's not like the shit didn't sell, and it's not like even game enthusiasts like me didn't like the shit. We brought it too. Those are just the beginning. A recent report says we will see games like Halo the Master Chief Collection and Flight Simulator. Nobody gives a fuck about Flight Simulator. to see Halo in any capacity on a Nintendo console, that would blow my fucking mind. And where is it? Yeah. We'll talk about it now. So going from speaking about a console, by the way. Still unfinished. So, for those of y'all who didn't know, Rise of the Ronin was a PlayStation exclusive for a very long time. Well, not a very long time, but was a PlayStation exclusive for the longest. For a very considerable amount of time. Now, why was it a PlayStation exclusive? I don't really know. I can't really fucking tell you. Because I remember last year I looked up a list and it was saying that there was like something like 10 actual PlayStation 5 exclusive games. And I remember the 3 were Stellar Blade, which we knew was coming to PC. It was just a matter of when. Astrobot, which I don't think will ever come to PC. And Rise of the Ronin, which I said is not a PlayStation exclusive game or a game that it makes sense to lock to PlayStation. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they had a PC port, but I don't know why they would make a PC port, because nobody gives a fuck about this game. Not a terrible game. It's a decent action game. Everybody calls the game a fucking Souls-like. A Souls-light. It's not neither. It's a regular, like, bro, every action game doesn't have to be equated to fucking Dark Souls or Elden Ring. It's just a fucking action game. It has nothing to do with Souls. Like, the controls, the gameplay scheme, the way the ebb and flow of the combat is completely different from Elden Ring. That's why it's good and I like it. This game has some really good combat. It's just the story pissed me the fuck off to the point to where I had no incentive to finish it. Anyway, the PS5 console exclusive will boost a number of new features on it. Nobody gives a fuck. Rise of the Ronin, blah blah blah. If you purchase before the 2nd of April, you'll be able to get your hands on a selection of early based on its release for 5 blah blah blah. Okay, so they're talking bullshit. So yeah, like I said, I was talking about console exclusives throughout all of 2024 from its release. For some odd reason, this game was a PS5 exclusive, and now they're making a PC debut, which honestly, I don't know why the fuck they didn't do this day one. Whatever. But going from talking about a PS5 game that wasn't bad